Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. It's about that time. Let's go take that walk and see what's in the fridge today.
Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Look at this bright colorful label or wraparound sticker on this 16-ounce plain Jane can. This is Foliation from New Park Brewing. This is a American Pale Ale. These guys are up in Connecticut. This was sent to me by Christian, Sean, and Sarah on the beer package I got from those guys yesterday. And on this one he writes New Park Brewing Beers. He said my wife Sarah and him picked these up, Christian, picked these beers up to brewery within a week or so when they were canned. New Park Brewing has really gained momentum up here, and a lot of people in Connecticut who do not feel like making the trek to Treehouse and Trillium go here. Very solid IPA offerings. Well, this is not the IPA, so he sent me a couple from this brewery. The other one probably is an IPA. This one is a Pale Ale, American Pale Ale. So thanks to Christian and Sarah for picking this up, and like I said, Christian's dad Sean has contributed to the beer package too. So thanks to all three of those guys for picking this up and getting to me. This is the first beer package I've got from them, and looks very impressive for what he has sent me. Some of them I reviewed before, so we'll go back and look. More than likely, we're going to probably end up reviewing them all. I don't know how far back some of the stuff that he has sent me that I've reviewed already, but we'll take a look at that when we get to that. So with that being said, this is not a big beer, guys. It's only a 5%er. Probably not something that I would buy for myself. I don't buy 5% beers, guys. Not enough alcohol and taste for this guy usually, but I enjoy reviewing them when they are sent to me. So we're going to find out what this one is all about, guys. We'll jump over to Untappd to see if they have any additional information. It says here, a soft, easy drinking pale ale brewed with Vienna malt, hopped with New Zealand and American hops, flavors of lime zest, passion fruit, and orange juice. So that's what the commercial description is. We don't have the IBUs for the beer, and says here on the bottom of it that this was canned on 7/17 of 19. So pretty fresh. Today is 8/22, so just a tad over a month in the can. So it impresses me when I see a new brewery putting the canned on date on it in these cans or on a bottle, and they're giving you the ABV on there, and they're using plain Jane cans with stick cone wraparound label, which tells me that they're concentrating on what's inside the can instead of a bunch of fancy printed up cans that either throw it away or recycled. So let's get it opened up and get it into the glass and see what New Park Brewing is doing. And a lot of these beers that are produced in that neck of the woods are New England style beers. I'm not sure if this is going to be, but we're going to find out here. Not super hazy coming out on this initial pour. It may have some sediment or something in the bottom of it that's going to change the appearance. It has a very nice haze to it, but I can see light through the thin part of the glass down at the bottom. It is very cloudy up here. So good looking beer, nice amber color, not much of a head on the pour that I did. I could have probably put it more aggressive, but I never know what to expect. The head is just barely covering the top of the beer. So let's get it to the nose. Oh yeah, very nice hop presence on that. And using New Zealand hops, the Southern Hemisphere hops, a little bit of spicy nose. I'll give it, it's very citrusy, pine, Maybe a little bit of grapefruit, oranges, maybe some tropical fruit notes in there too. Good looking beer. Let's tap in. Cheers everybody. Cheers Christian and Sarah. That's a very pleasant, tasty, hop-forward pale ale. No alcohol taste whatsoever. Of course, I didn't expect it to be for a 5%er. Very easy drinking. Not a bunch of bitterness. Being a pale ale, not an IPA. Very pleasant. Lot of hop aroma and taste on this beer for 5%er. 5%ers, 5% and lower beers, I consider them session beers, guys. Let you drink multiples of it and not get too inebriated like you're drinking a 7, 8, 9, 10% beer. So, very easy drinking. Very pleasant, nice sweetness to it. Very, very pleasant. I can understand why he said people are going to this brewery when they don't want to make the trek, as he says, to Treehouse and Trillium and stand in line usually. So I don't know if these guys are standing in line at New Park Brewing or not. So let's do the back end pour here, see if it changes the appearance any. If it gets any more cloudier and we had any settling going on, doesn't look like too much. So not a lot of settling going on in the beer, but like I said, it's just barely over a month old. So it looks about the same here, and with that back end pour after swirling it around, got about a finger of head on that one. So if you pour it a little more aggressive out of the can, you're going to get more head. The more aggressive you pour it, usually the more head you're going to get on the beer pour. But of course, you probably know that already. If you pour any beer at all, you know that's how it usually works. The more aggressive you pour it, the more head you're going to get. So let me sip on this one. It's right out of the fridge. I'm impressed. Like I said, I think this is the first offering from New Park Brewing that has been sent to me, because of course they are not available here in Virginia. So, very tasty 5%er. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got a little left here. Very tasty beer for 5%er, guys. An excellent beer if you want more hop profile and more hop taste, and not have a IPA which has a lot of bitterness to it usually, or double IPA. This is a great example. I do think this is an A beer, guys, especially with the canned on date and the ABV printed on it. A great one, and I understand why Christian is telling me a lot of people are going to this brewery instead of making the trek over to Trillium and Treehouse and standing in line and all that. For a session American Pale Ale, it has a lot of hop profile, real close to New England style to me. Not quite as cloudy and orange juice looking as those beers typically are, but I find this has a big hop profile and not a big hop bitterness to go with it, and a nice hop presence to it, guys. So I enjoyed this. Glad I got this sent to me. Once again, thanks to Christian and Sarah. Very tasty beer. Final chug. Delicious, guys. I don't think it's a 10 beer. If you say it is, I won't argue with that. Absolutely a very tasty, hop forward American Pale Ale. Very well done. Very well done. I like the information. I'm not big on these fancy artwork cans, even whether it's printed on there or a wraparound label where I have to turn the can around to read what's on there, but it's on there. You can turn it around and it tells you what the ABV is. You turn it up and it's got the date on the bottom of it. So I don't know how big the brewery is, or whether their beers are distributed or not, or if you have to buy everything at the brewery. Don't have that information. He did not tell me. So a really good example of an American hop forward American Pale Ale. Very tasty and drinks very well, and nice sweetness to it, not too bitter. Good beer to pick up if your palate is not up to the IPA or double IPA bitterness. So very enjoyable, guys. A- for me, guys. I'm gonna give this a 92. Pretty tasty beer. And we'll go over to Beer Advocate. They say 86, which is in the B range. It's better than that, especially with the taste and aroma that I'm getting and the information they're putting on the label in the bottom of the can. Yeah, it's better than that. But you got to remember, a lot of these guys that post on Beer Advocate and Untapped, unless it really blows their hair back or the socks off, they don't give it a big grade. And a lot of those guys are hopheads and super on the. They want something that's just off the chain everywhere. And I try to be as honest as I can. They're not claiming it to be a New England style beer, and I find it very tasty in the aroma and the flavors that I'm getting on the beer. So it is what it is, guys. I think it's better than that. So over to Untapped, they have it at 4.01, which is barely into their A- range. I do think it's an A- beer because of the ABV, but I tried to be not too judgmental. I realize a lot of people like these lower ABV beers so they can drink more of them. I don't do that anymore. I don't session beers. I'm not here to drink 2, 3, 4, or 6 of these beers on one setting. I never drink more than one of a particular beer at a time. If I had 2 of these, I wouldn't drink 2 of them at the same time. I want to drink, if I'm only allowed 2 or 3 a day, I want to drink something different each time. And that's how I do it, whether I have beers to review or not. I'll start off with this beer, and then I'll do another beer, and if I choose to do a third one for that evening, I'll do another one. I never, ever drink 2 of the same beer the same day. Never. Don't do it. And I don't do too many verticals anymore. I've got a bunch of KBS in there from 2010 all the way up. I'm not going to do verticals of those either, guys. When I start doing those, I'm going to try to do them back to back, and I'll do one each day. I'm not going to have 2 of those monster beers and try to drink both of them at the same time. I'm just not going to do it. Doing them back to back is as close as I'm going to get. And sorry if that offends you. I am so sorry. But so many calories in those big monster beers like that my calorie intake per day, even when I do it like a 5% like this, and then my next one's either 6 or 7% or even 8, and then I do a dark beer, a stout or barley wine or a porter, and if it's bourbon barrel aged, which increases the ABV usually and get those big bourbon notes, that's my final beer of the evening. So I don't need to drink 3 12, 13%ers back to back. I mean, that would be 2 days worth of calories. So with me still trying to lose weight, I'm just not going to do it anymore. But we're talking about this beer, and this beer is pretty tasty for 5%. I enjoyed it. So once again, thanks to Christian and Sarah and even Sean for all 3 of them contributing to the beer mail package that Christian sent to me. I enjoyed drinking beers, whether it's a 5% or a 13% that I've never had before. So with that being said, if you've had the foliation from New Park Brewing, this is a 2019 edition, just canned a little over a month ago. Let me know what you think. Are you just as impressed as I am, or not too impressed, or what do you think about it if you've had it? So if you have, let me know what you think. Until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge, guys.